Hello everyone, welcome to World's View, a journalism professor's take. I'm Dennis Peng, and here is the latest update on Taiwan's top headlines for January 3rd, 2025. In South Korea, police are clashing with supporters of President Yoon Suk-yeol as they try to arrest him with a court warrant. The situation is on the brink of chaos. Meanwhile, in Taiwan, we are witnessing a soft coup and soft martial law. 6 months ago, President William Lai won the election with 40% of the vote. Now, he has approved the Executive Yuan's veto on the Constitutional Procedure Act. This decision is driving Taiwan into an inevitable political showdown, possibly leading to a no-confidence vote, dissolving the legislature and holding new elections. The first such political storm in Taiwan's history since the Constitution was enacted in 1947. Why is this happening? The root of the issue lies in the opposition parties rejecting the president's nominations for constitutional court judges. Why did they reject them? If approved, all 15 justices in the Constitutional Court would have been nominated by the ruling DPP party. The DPP could then overturn any significant laws passed by the opposition-dominated legislature. In just 8 months ago, in the office, William Lai's administration has vetoed 2 major bills passed by legislature. The latest veto is the continuation of the previous fight between the ruling and opposition parties. In May 2024, the opposition used the majority to pass the so-called Legislative Reform Act, granting Parliament legislative powers and imposing penalties on officials who lie during hearings. However, the ruling party vetoed the bill and requested a constitutional review. In August, the Constitutional Court froze the law's implementation, and in October, it ruled much of the act unconstitutional, sparking public outrage and mistrust in the court. The opposition accused the DPP of using the court as a supreme legislature to restrict legislative power. Currently, all 15 justices on the Supreme Court have been nominated by the president. Even though 7 judges stepped down in October 2024, the 8 new nominees would still be appointed by President William Lai after the Legislative Reform Act was ruled unconstitutional. The opposition proposed amending the Constitutional Procedure Act to increase the review threshold, requiring 2/3 approval rather than a simple majority. The goal was to ensure more rigorous reviews, but the DPP criticized the move, claiming it would paralyze the court and interfere with the president's nomination rights. In December 2024, Lai's 7 nominees for justices of the Supreme Court were all rejected, including one professor who was even voted down by DPP lawmakers. A rare and shocking political event. This should have been a wake-up call for President Lai, but instead, he escalated the political confrontation. Taiwan now faces 3 years of likely political instability. Meanwhile, there is another political storm. Former Taipei Mayor Ko Wen-je, sentenced to 20 years and 6 months in prison, is back in detention after paying $2.2 million in bail. The court ordered his 3rd detention to prevent him from fleeing abroad. Ko Wen-je, who won 26% of the vote in last year's presidential election, could face the same fate as former President Chen Shui-bian, potentially spending years or even the rest of his life in prison. But here's the catch. Where exactly did Ko Wen-je take the money? How much did he take? And where is it now? So far, prosecutors haven't provided the public with clear answers. Despite this, Ko Wen-je is now back in custody awaiting formal sentencing for his 20 years and 6 months prison term. That's all for today's update. Stay tuned for tomorrow. See you then.